The first time I was at Covenant House, I was there for 2 weeks. And I remember the staff looking at me and saying, you have to go to school or you can't be here. I remember wanting to test that limit. And so the next day I actually didn't go to school. And I came back that night and they looked at me and they said, one more chance. Go to school tomorrow or you're not staying here. So I did go to school. But the staff took an interest in me and they wanted to hear how I felt and how I was processing through everything. And they realized that I was angry, but more than being angry, I was hurt because I didn't feel like I was wanted or like I mattered. And so the first time I was there for 2 weeks, and family reunification was the main goal. And so after 2 weeks, I went back home to my aunt's to try again. It didn't work. I was back at Covenant House within 60 days. At that point, I wasn't going back to my aunt's. And the staff actually listened to me. And when I told them that I don't want to go back, we need to look at other options, they said okay. Which was like the first time in my life that somebody had actually, or that I felt that somebody had actually listened to what I wanted and what I wanted mattered. And so they helped me look at other options that were available to me, like group homes. And slowly I started to build a relationship with the staff there. But I would find moments where I would be overwhelmed or angry or wanted to be part of a group but didn't necessarily like what that group of kids were doing. So I would navigate back to a staff. But your office was there, and you were friendly.
Yeah, I wasn't a part of the program team.
No, but you listened, and I could come in there and tell you that I was frustrated, and you would make the time for me. So slowly, I just kind of leaned on you for that support because I didn't feel like I got that support from anybody in my family. And I think in a way I was trying to create a family. And so after being at Covey the second time for 2 months, I ended up going to Macaulay Manor, which was a group home for girls. And I remember feeling like, okay, I'm going to this new place and I'm going to live here now, but I didn't want to let go of the relationships that I built with the staff at Covenant House. And so even though I was in the group home, I would go to Covenant House after school and I would work on my homework there and talk to the staff and come visit you. And as time progressed, I would make good choices and bad choices. And when I would make a not so good choice, I was terrified of calling anybody that was related to me because I knew as if they were just going to slam the door in my face and be like, I told you so, see, you dropped out of high school or you're doing this bad behavior. But the staff at Covenant House didn't. They'd look at me and they'd be like, not the best choice, Jenny, but what are you going to do next? And that question was always presented to me. It was like, oh yeah, I have to think about that. But they were just encouraging me to make the next positive choice that I wanted to make. And they helped me work through different choices that I made. Like when I dropped out of high school and they're like, not the best choice. You need to finish school, so how are you going to do it? And they presented me with different options. And so Job Corps was the option that I chose. And I went to Job Corps, and during the holidays, when everybody was calling their family, I called Covenant House. And when I graduated, Covenant House was the first place that I called to be like, guess what, I'm graduating. And they were happy and excited for me. And you were happy and excited for me. And throughout my life, that's been my rock and it's been my home. And it showed me that love isn't a one-way street. It showed me that I mattered. And in the end, it showed me how to be a parent. I'm married now and I have 2 amazing children, but there's no way that I'd be the mom that I am today if I didn't have people in my life that showed me you can make a mistake and still be loved, and that people cared enough to help you figure out what was next. At the end of all of it, our relationship really helped build me into the person that I am today. And now it's helping me build my children into the people that they're going to become.
I think it's ironic because I think our relationship and the many relationships that I've had with some of the young people has helped me be the person I am today. So I often say that I can never pay back what Covenant House has given me. And Covenant House, in its development of 28 years, we've grown as an organization. We've grown in such a way that the core of Covenant House is relationships. And that there are many things that I'm proud of. I get teary-eyed. Really proud of you. And always really proud that as a leader of an organization, we can create space for young people that have a different way of learning, and for them to recognize that I never saw you as a homeless youth. I saw you as a youth experiencing homelessness, and that I can learn from you, because trying to lead an organization to end homelessness. It really is about taking the time to listen to the experts and to let them know that the value of their voice. And I've always thought you had an amazing voice. I know as you continue to grow as a mother, you're that person for young people that I was for you. I love the fact that this story will always be out there.
Yeah, me too. I have a purpose in life now because of Covenant House.
Well, you always had a purpose. You recognized it in yourself at Covenant House.
Yes. And now I have the pleasure and joy of doing that for the youth that we serve.
And you're good at it.
Thanks.
There you go.
And I love my job.
I love my job too.